Good morning.
All right. Good morning, all. Beautiful day in paradise. Where are we in this world? I'm in Sarasota.
I'm in South Carolina.
Central Florida.
I'm close to Cali, Colombia. Close to.
All right. We got
Yeah.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram on for Dr. Kiltz. And we got Kiltz Mighty Tribe on. And we got Aaliya. I want to say Aaliya. I'm so used to Aaliya now because I always mispronounced it, but now I gotta do it differently.
So
I'm
our
having a hard
guest
time
today,
too.
our guest today is Aaliya,
Aaliyah.
Aaliya.
and then
Beautiful.
our permanent fixture here, not here, Aaliya.
Right. And it's hashtag English today. And what's the giveaway today?
a Kiltz Health baseball cap for the summer months to protect your forehead from the sun. No, we need the sun, but it's still a cool thing to have.
Yeah. Awesome. Aaliya. How are you this beautiful day?
I'm doing really good. I had to wake up a little early for this, but this carnivore power has me feeling great.
Well, maybe you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your carnivore story and how you got into this crazy community.
Okay. So I feel like my carnivore story starts probably when I was like 13 or 14. I was just struggling a lot. I was overweight. I was constantly tired and fatigued, and I had like no energy basically. And then I started having like really painful periods when I was like 14 or something. So my parents took me to the doctor, and they did all the things. I had an ultrasound done, and they wanted to schedule me to get like a laparoscopy. I don't know how to pronounce it. To test like if I had endometrial tissue. But they never formally diagnosed me, but they did say that was the only thing that could have caused anything that I had. So, and my biological mother had endometriosis too. So, when you're 14, that sucks really bad just having to live through that. So I started going down like I didn't want to take the birth control that they were giving me. I'd always been kind of at least knowledgeable about the stuff that was in it and how it could not help your body as much. So I started researching, and I kind of fell into like the low toxic paleo thing for a while. So I did that for about 2 or 3 months, and I noticed it wasn't doing anything, and I just couldn't eat anything. So I gave up on it for a little while, and then I came across carnivore through Michaela Peterson. I feel like everybody from the autoimmune space comes through her, but that's when I kind of started carnivore, and it was like an instant switch. Everything was like almost completely better, and I've been going steady for over a year. Sometimes I go more ketovore, but most of the time it's pretty good strict carnivore.
And how are you feeling? What type of changes have you noticed since you've been carnivore?
Well, I've lost a lot of weight. I have so much more energy now. Like I don't have as much energy as I wish I did because I want to like run around the whole world in a day. Like that's where my brain's at. But I don't think anybody's body would allow that. But it's like a total like 180. I don't have painful periods anymore. Not nearly as bad as they were. Like that's the biggest relief for me because like if you've had that pain, you understand that pain. And well, I don't worry about having to like crave sugar or anything like, or I could eat whatever I want basically and not stand in my kitchen and stare at like a bag of chips and be like, oh, I want to eat that. Like, should I eat that? Should I not eat that? You know how the the story is opening your fridge every 20 minutes looking for food. I don't have to deal with any of that now. And it's awesome. Like, it's such a weight off of your shoulders.
So endometriosis, essentially, it sounds like that's what you had, and they wanted to treat you with the birth control pill?
And there was some other pill that they were trying to give me too. It wasn't birth control. It was like a pain management.
Wow.
But it was kind of like a migraine pill to where you had to take it beforehand. It was like a preventative thing. I can't remember what it was called. Oh, I also had super bad chronic migraines. I do forget, because when you stop dealing with stuff, you don't think about it. I had them like 3 times a week, and now I don't deal with them at all. And if I do, it's like less than once a month.
How young? What is your age, if I may ask?
I was 14 when I went to like the doctors and had all that stuff done.
And how old are you now?
16.
16. And so how did you find what got you from, hey, birth control pill, doctor drugs, possible surgery, to like, wait a minute, you mean there's a diet I could change?
I feel like I was always more into like naturopathic, homeopathic, like functional medicine to begin with. Like, I never really understood doctors. I didn't think they were, because I guess I was always the weird kid who like questioned everything and was like, well, why are they trying to give me a pill? What's going on with me? Can they not fix that? You know? So I guess I'd already researched into it before it had happened, because like it did take a couple months before we could get like all like the specialist appointments scheduled or whatever. You know how it's hard to get in. So I'd already done research, I guess, on what could be going on and what they would do. And I was like, well, if they try and prescribe me birth control, I know I don't want to go on that. I knew that. And I was like, I'm sure there had to be something else that I could have done. So that's when I started like researching into it, and seeing like all the diet stuff about it.
And what about your friends or family? How are they reacting to your new lifestyle?
Sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry.
I feel like my family reacts really good. They're all pretty supportive of me. As far as friends goes, I don't really have that many. And the ones I do have either don't really know, because it's not something like I flaunt a whole lot, because, they don't ask questions. I'm not going to push it in their face, or they don't really care that much. So I guess I have it pretty good, as far as that goes. I haven't noticed any like social issues with it.
How about people coming up and asking you, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? You look amazing.
Well, I post pretty frequently on social media, so I don't really get that from my family. But they will say, oh, you look really nice. You've lost a lot of weight. You look happier. Like, those things. And it always feels really good. And I'm just like, well, you could be like that too. And then they're always like, no, I couldn't do that.
So what's your intent on social media to why share this?
I just wish if more people knew that it's not hard. Like, it's hard to start with, but once you have it going, it's not hard. And then there's probably so many young people out there who are just like struggling, like mentally, physically, and they're like, is life always supposed to be this way? Like, when you're doing that so young and you've never had like that fun, joy, carelessness in life, you're like so depressed, and you're like, why is life always going to suck this bad? And then you have all the adults around you telling you it's only going to get worse. And I feel like that's why so many people don't have hope for life, because they feel awful, and everybody's just telling them that they're always going to feel this awful and feel more awful. So I just want to share that there's something good about life, and there's a way that you can make yourself feel better, and it's not hopeless.
It's not hopeless. I love that. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have some aspirations of your life journey?
Well, I really would like to one day like get to be like some kind of certified nutritionist kind of thing because I really love talking to people about it. But as far as like reaching people goes, I just want to reach even one person. If I could get one person to like change their life, that's awesome. But the more people we can get to, the better. And as far as like career goes, I'm like been working on like training horses for a while and teaching
Wow.
kids how to ride horses. Now I haven't actually trained my own horse yet, but that's really something that I want to do is like do that some in some way.
I used to ride a Frisian
Oh,
paint, 17 and a half hands,
oh gosh.
Geronimo. It's a great horse.
We
Loved it.
had a little pony named Geronimo a few years ago. He was the first horse that I got really injured on.
Ooh. Well, he was a great horse. I really loved it. Hunter pace type stuff, and it was fantastic. I learned to ride horses. I think I was 50. I was always afraid of horses. And my sister Marianne loved horses. My sister Marianne was like 5 foot. She loved riding horses. She'd always, so go right up to them and they just communicated. And I didn't know how to communicate. And eventually I learned to ride and I loved it. Now I fly airplanes.
That's
And
awesome.
well, fantastic. So, Dr. Nelson, how are we doing? Do we have any questions coming up or other comments?
We've got some questions. We
Doc-
already answered.
Okay, sorry. My mic had two things to mute. So you've been 2 years carnivore, or how long? 2 years?
Well, it's more like I did animal-based like paleo stuff for like keto kind of thing for a while.
Okay.
So strict carnivore, it's been since May of 24.
All right. Don't worry. We allow it. Anyone else in your immediate family doing something like that?
My dad when he was younger did like animal-based, like he was like a bodybuilder type person kind of thing. So he did that, and he's always telling me that he wants to do what I'm doing, but people got to be ready at their own time. So nobody in my immediate family really does it.
If anybody has any questions, please put them in the chat. If you put QQQ, it's easier to identify them.
So would you say that endometriosis is a disease of a plant-based diet?
I agree with that, and for this one reason that I've been thinking about and talking about a lot lately is that my symptoms, I had normal periods, or I had better than normal periods, like no pain, no PMS symptoms, like I was perfect. And then it was like one day it was like the total opposite. And I was always, like I said, like into health stuff. So before that, like 5, 6 months before, I really started like eating healthy. And I would have these like smoothie bowls that were like a bunch of fruits, but then I would put like chia seeds and like flax seeds and all the stuff with like all the phytoestrogens in there that like jacks up your hormones. And then after doing that for like a month or two is when I noticed all of this stuff started happening. And now looking back on that, I'm like, that's definitely true, because that I may have had the condition anyways, but that's probably what kick-started it to be like 0 to 100.
Gas, bloating, you said headaches?
Yeah, I had IBS too, but I do tell you, I don't have any of these symptoms anymore, so I do forget. Like, it's so hard to remember all the things I struggled with, because when you don't struggle with them anymore, it's not a part of your daily.
So IBS and endometriosis,
And chronic migraines.
they're all related.
Yes.
They're all fermentation of the microbes in the plants in the gut, making alcohol in all of us.
Yeah.
And all the toxins from the plants. What's your favorite meat?
Oh, I feel like everybody's going to hate me, but I do really like bacon.
Yay!
Love it. Love it.
No
Love
one's gonna hate
bacon.
you.
Everyone loves you. We love bacon. Body by Bacon. Don't we have a shirt, Body by Bacon?
We do have a shirt, Body by Bacon.
Body by
Oh,
Bacon.
wait, I need that.
You're gonna
Yes.
get one.
All
You're
right,
gonna
we're
email
going to
me and I'm
send
gonna
it
get
to you.
it to you.
We're going to
Okay.
send it to you. And a Kiltz Mighty Tribe hat.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, this journey. So would you say that somehow your whole brain has seen the world in different light today because of carnivore?
Absolutely. I love it. Oh my gosh, I need that.
Love it. There was a question. Let's see. Celis on Instagram says, "Thank you. Having to get ready for work. It's testimonies and information that strengthen my resolve. Bacon is the best," she says. Loves bacon. And there was another comment here about: are there many carnivore or animal-based coaches, nutritionists? Dr. Nelson?
Well, when she mentioned, I didn't want to interrupt her. When she mentioned she wanted to be a nutritionist, I was thinking, well, you could always be a health coach and start there, right?
I think we should get Aaliya as in our health coach program. Just make it happen.
Excellent.
And
I will make it happen.
coach
Do it.
on Kiltz Health. We want to bring on more health coaches because
That's why we're making
ultimately
them.
you don't need a nutritionist, because remember, a nutritionist is trained by the standard nutritional world.
Yeah.
We want to be a health and wellness carnivore coach.
Oh, okay. I knew there was a difference, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head what it was.
Well, now I'm not an animal. I don't like the word animal based. It just doesn't. Animal based mean you eat animals.
Yeah.
Plant based means you eat plants, and omnivores mean you eat both. I mean, there's only 3 diets: carnivore, herbivore, omnivore.
Right.
We make it way too complicated in this world today. Let's keep it simple. That's what we want to do. Simplicity.
Excellent. Should we do some of the questions?
Yeah, let's hit them.
Well, we already, I'll just, J Bud, how old are you? You already said 16.
Yes.
Oh man, I wish I knew about carnivore at 16. I went through what you went through for like 20 years. It's horrible. Okay. Oh yeah, did you know what your migraine triggers were?
I actually didn't really realize what they were until recently, and I'm really not completely sure what they are. Because when I still had them up until the point where I did line diet for like a month and a half. And then that's when they went away, and I haven't really dealt with them since. So I may have just had, like Kiltz said, like just a gut thing, and that was what was causing them, making them worse. But yeah, I really don't know. Like, I know one of my big is if I don't sleep good, I will still get them. But other than that, I don't know why. I wish I did though. Is that an orchid?
Fake.
So the answer why? Plants.
Oh. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true.
This is a live organism, is it not? It's evolved for millions of years. Does it want to be eaten?
Probably not. It's pretty.
No way. What organism wants to be eaten?
The cow.
Well, technically, no other organism wants to be eaten. They want to eat you. This thing here has poisons that and then they ferment in the gut. And so, I mean, have you ever had? Probably not. But for so many people have had hangovers, which is caused by what? Alcohol. This makes alcohol in our gut. And plus they contain poisons and all sorts of other things. And basically we're dying from a healthy diet, right?
Yeah.
Healthy diet. And ultimately we have to change the words in all this and the language. And we're at the forefront because you're probably 100 times better at social media than any of us and all the clickety clack of the stuff.
I don't.
But it's interesting. I got another one, Jesus and ribeyes on Instagram. Fibroids too. Mine shrunk immediately after starting carnivore. Was looking into getting a hysterectomy before starting. Praise God. Love it. Love it. Because fibroids are caused by goitrogens, which are plant chemicals or antigens that cause thyroid disease, but they also cause tumors, cysts, and dysfunction and damage and death to every other cell of our body, which is kind of crazy, right? What's been the most crazy thing about carnivore that you were like, wow, this is like nuts?
This one's hard. I feel like a lot of people have something off the bat, but I'm gonna feel kind of dumb for saying this, but I can eat ice cream whenever I want. Like carnivore ice cream, I eat that a lot. I guess if you're talking about as far as like results go, it's just that I don't have to worry about my own body getting in the way of my life. Like,
By the way, it's called Dr. Kiltz ice cream.
Yes, I love making ice cream.
And no sugars required in my ice cream, by the way. We're going to do a new video on that. But basically, cream and eggs, or just cream, like, oh my God, when it's smoothied into a ice cream, it is so good. You can add a little vanilla or a little shaving of dark no sugar chocolate in that. And some people use stevia, monk fruit, allulose, little berries, but again, it doesn't require any of that stuff. It's simple, really simple. Let's see, another comment. Trump Dynasty 47. I want to share with you guys that I found keto first after being diagnosed with CKD. And then January went carnivore. My nephrologist, chronic kidney disease, just told me June 11th that I really didn't need to see her anymore.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow. Really, wow, right? It's so radical. Love food cupcakes is here. We have to make some beef cakes.
Ooh.
Right? Yeah, so much healing. Hello to all, a great, and really appreciate the comments, the questions, the sharing, the subscribe, the love, all the love. Where are we going to? We got Mitch today at 11:30.
Oh yeah, that's today.
So just in case you're near Melbourne, how can you
it's
show up? What's the name of the
Gaucho de Stampa. What is it called? No, Dr. Nelson.
Estampa Gaucha.
Estampa Gaucha in Melbourne, Florida.
No, maybe we can put a link there for that. And anyone last minute wants to show up, love to surprise Mitch that you're there. Mitch is really amazing. Let's see. Kimberly, husband just took carnivore plunge. Can't wait to start making Kiltz ice cream. Kilz is how my name used to be spelled. So I added a T so they pronounced it properly, which Kilz is Kiltz, but now they call me Dr. Kiltz.
Oh no.
You gotta have laughter in life, and and humor, right? Right? It's all about humor. We are starting. You can sign up for the course, for the coaching course.
Only till noon, and then afternoon you'll have
no,
a
you
different
can
one.
still sign up.
You can still sign up.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. There will be another link, Dr. Kiltz.
Yeah.
Well, but
Yeah.
we'll get you the same link for the. Well, you're right. And sign. This one's full, right?
There'll be
Yes.
another link for
Well,
the
then-
future class, but
Yeah.
on that link until 12, because otherwise we cannot manage what we need to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say because Jerry Carnivore, there's a few people that have been trying to sign up, so I'm gonna let them sign up. Those people that have reached out to me with a few logistics, but we're done with that link at noon, and I will put the next link. It'll be on all the websites, and
It'll be there at 12:01. Just
Okay,
make
there at
the link for the next
12:01.
thing, but
Yeah,
you want people to be able to get there. Invite them in.
yeah.
Right now, invite them
It's
in.
gonna
So
be awesome. Everybody.
noon today. Invite
Yes.
them in. You go to Kiltz Health or drkiltz.com. There'll be a big link there right away.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're going to be an hour consultation with me as part of taking the course.
For the first round.
For just
You
the
guys
first
are really
round.
lucky. You're really lucky.
We're doing everything for this first class to make it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So when you buy, well, I love this. When you buy into the course, you automatically get an hour with Dr. Nelson.
Because if you want that because we need that as examples. So we would like you to do it to get examples in the course itself of doing coaching. So
yeah, I love it.
Oh, all right.
Love it.
Let's see. We got tons of questions. I lost a question that I was trying to answer in the chat. Okay, when she's back here, until she comes back, we will answer this question. Where was it? It was something about. Oh, okay. We'll take.
Start at the top of the list of the cues.
Good. I was just waiting for
right
a lovely guest to come back. Okay. Awesome. What do you do for school lunch?
Oh, I graduated when I was 15, so I'm sorry I can't help. I didn't have to worry about that.
I forgot where you're located right now.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay.
All right. Next question. Your family doesn't mind you eating this way. They agree with you doing so?
For the most part, either my family doesn't really care, or like I've never had. If I ever get like sick or something, my mom it's because you're not eating a balanced diet, but she never really pushes it further. So.
Well, most carnivores claim they don't get sick very often, and me personally, maybe I've had that virus that we had a few years ago a couple of times, but it lasts 2 to 3 days. I get better after 3 days. Really less colds a year. I have. It seems that most people don't get sick as often as they used to when they make a change to this style of eating, this way of eating. What do you think, Dr. Kiltz?
It's really complicated. Carnivore is just so complicated. Let's see, what am I eating today? Oh, steak. Tomorrow, steak. I did have steak and hamburger. I had a little filet and I had a hamburger, and I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese and some butter. Oh, and of course, Celtic salt. It was so good. So good. Carnivore is an amazing diet. Gotten off blood pressure meds, reflux meds, lost 60 pounds. I still keep adding yogurt back and it swells my left knee. Get rid of yogurt. Deadly. Don't touch it. Next question, comment. Go.
Next question. I just want to say this, Stephanie Boyd. Wow, you are such an insightful young. You're so insightful at such a young age.
Thank you so much.
Brandon Staples. Dr. Kiltz, someone said that I had to cut out saturated fat to improve cardio, but I don't believe it. Should I just keep it to myself and not argue with it?
Just say, yes, you're right. And now I eat animal fat because that's healthy for me. I don't eat plant oils. They're deadly for me. And I have no idea what saturated fat is. Whenever there's a scientific description, run. Snake oil. Sorry. I mean, it's kind of like what animal says, did you get your saturated fat today, or stay away from it? Human beings, what do they say? Like, what other animal cooks its food or processes its food?
They get together at the water hole and they compare what they had today.
Yeah, they compare stupid human being antics. Right. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we're doing a live at Mitch's meetup. That's up to Mitch. It's his meetup, not mine.
Yeah, we're
Well,
not.
We'll share them.
Someone there might do it. This is being organized by Mike Silly, United Carnivore. I don't know if he's here. I saw his dad here.
His dad I saw was here.
And they're organizing this for Mitch. We'll get together. If they're live streaming, we'll be there. It is not an easy thing when you have a group to live stream because you get horrible sound. It's Malcolm's
Oh yeah,
nightmare.
Yeah. All right, let's do the next question. Carnivore Crab, and cooking with raw iron pan, steak have never been better. What is your favorite pan grill barbecue you like to cook with? That's for you.
Well, we recently got like a really big Blackstone, but I feel like it doesn't get as hot as I want it to. So I do use like a cast iron pan a lot, and then sometimes, since I normally only eat like once a day, sometimes twice if I'm like super hungry, but normally I only eat once, I get like I'll put like a bunch of meat in the crock pot and eat it the next day. We've also got like a charcoal grill and then a gas grill. So it just depends on what I'm wanting at the time, I guess. But yeah, my favorite is probably just inside on a pan.
Great.
Here's a comment from Lucinda on Kiltz Mighty Tribe, struggling on carnivore with gut problems. Aaliya helped me with the idea of gradually adding fat. It was good for a month until poop started leaking out spontaneously again. Sick for a few days after a week and recurred. Felt I had to have some rice since I couldn't eat meat and had a great night's sleep. A gut thing since I had IBS since my 20s. What are your thoughts, Dr. Nelson?
Well, tolerating, there are some people that do have the problem of tolerating the fat. I don't know how much fat she's eating, but if it's leaking out and you're having that problem, just decrease the amount of fat and see if you find the sweet spot where you're not having that problem. Also, if you're eating only once a day, dividing your meals in twice, you probably don't need more than twice a day. This thing about eating 3 times a day, basically having your stomach full all day, I don't think everybody needs to do that. But if you're eating once a day, dividing it into smaller portions for 2 times a day and decreasing the amount of fat, and see how you feel.
What about fasting? Aaliya, do you do any fasting?
Yeah, I do pretty frequently, like over 24 hours, and then I go until I'm like so hungry I could like eat my brother or something, and then and I've done a couple like 48-hour fasts too. So I would say I fast a lot, and then normally I do 1 meal a day, so that's still like 24, 23 hours. I always eat at a
how do you
different
feel
time.
when you do that?
I feel more stable when I do OMAD. I am kind of hungry like all day, but it's not like that like intense dire primal hunger where I'm like catching a squirrel with my bare hands. So yeah, I've kind of learned that like just being a little bit hungry is not like an immediate need. But I do feel better. I have more energy when I'm not eating all day. And then if I eat late at night, it doesn't matter what I eat. I wake up and my stomach like hurts. So I try to eat earlier in the day.
I was just going to comment for Lucinda about fasting, but she should. So long history of IBS, diverticulosis, an abscess. I mean, all these things take time to go away, and it may take some intervention also, because if carnivore's not curing it, you should get it taken a look at. But I think that rice, obviously, it's still that thing that makes us feel good, but it's not good for us in the long term. But I would say small amounts of well-cooked rice and lots of fatty meat isn't as harmful, because even if you look at the book by Meat 3 Times a Day by Schlenk, just adding fatty meat and organ meats will help a lot for a lot of people. But I would still say rice on a regular basis is not good. And carnivore. Maybe try some different meats, pork, lamb, goat. Try those sort of things. So
Next
Great.
question.
Next question.
keep
Yeah.
going, Aaliya. Aaliya.
Elke, under the name of Tim. What are you eating on a daily basis? Do you need to cook for yourself if your family doesn't follow your way of eating?
Well, I always cooked for myself because my family doesn't really cook. They got takeout a lot, so we don't really cook a whole lot. So if I do cook, it's only for myself. Now, if I'm like making like steaks or something, and like we got like a family pack of steaks, I'll cook everybody a steak. But everybody gets mad at me because I'll cook their steaks like blue rare, and they're like, "Oh, I can't eat that." So yeah, I basically just cook only for myself.
Cookie wants to know if you experienced anus pain during your period.
Oh well, yeah, I don't really talk about that, but yeah, that was oh, I don't even like thinking about it. That was awful. Yeah, it like hurt really bad.
Yep. But gone now.
So
Yeah, it's gone.
It seems to be a very common thing. Women who go carnivore decrease their amount of pain, and sometimes it goes away completely when they go carnivore.
Now, I have noticed, and this has always been a thing, on the left side of my body, like near it's like one of your ab muscles, like your lower ab muscles. It's always tight around that time. And it like kind of hurts a little bit, but it's not like very noticeable. Like it's just a little weird thing, and I don't know why.
It's not like it was.
Yeah, it's just like a weird tightness, so it's not like miserable.
For the most part, pain everywhere goes away, inflammation goes away. It's a natural process. You may have some discomfort, but it wasn't like it was.
Yeah,
it isn't like it was.
Well, and I don't talk about this because it's kind of like hard to describe, but I always feel bad because I know people have had kids, and this probably doesn't compare, but I felt like when I was walking around, there was like a bowling ball going to fall out of me. There was like so much just like pressure.
So I've had kids and I've had endometriosis, and yes, it feels like you're going into labor and even worse.
Yeah, and then like I had to walk around school like that. So
yeah, it's awful.
what causes endometriosis?
Plants.
Plants. Bowel
Plant-based,
inflammation.
low-fat
Inflammation of the bowels causes inflammation of the vagina, cervix, uterus, tubes, ovaries, and pelvis. It's basically an infection.
Yeah.
Chronic acute infections from the rectum anus. Of course, rectal anal pain is common in this, and it's a plant protein low-fat diet. And let me get back to this question about the diarrhea. when we say add fat, how many people add raw fat, uncooked, unrendered? When we tell people to add fat, they're eating pasteurized products and they're eating rendered fat, not raw fat. So this is where raw fatty meat comes in. That when you cook it, you denature the molecules and you make it less healthy and possibly unhealthy.
Next question, Aaliya.
Next question. Okay, so Kooky carnivore. I don't think it's Cookie. I think it's Kooky. What breed of horses and what do you train them for? I have 2 quarter horses that we use to show.
So for the most part, it's grade horses that we're just working on. We don't have any super special horses, but we do have a couple of Western pleasure trained quarter horses, paint horses. They're double registered. So yeah, if it is papered, it's normally like a AQHA or APHA horse.
Okay, great. Next one. How do we influence the naysayers?
Just ignore them.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking. Ignore the naysayers. Or what does Dr. Kiltz say? I love you. You're right. Right?
Just always say, I love you. Because remember, everything is what you think it is.
Right.
Every thought that anyone has is your thoughts of what you think they said. And so love, kindness, generosity, faith, patience, it's our life. That's what we must emulate. The word is the way. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Oh, that's interesting. I love you. Thank you. Changes everything.
This says you need to join forces with Emma Mann.
We've been talking about it. It's
it.
just so hard to find a time that works for both of us.
What do you think about vegetables fermented? Should we be eating them?
Like fermented vegetables. I'm not really sure. I was talking about this on my last YouTube video uploaded, but I was talking about Candy from Primal Bod. She does a lot of fermented food, and I just don't really know what it does as far as that goes, so I don't really have much to say on it.
Well, so does Sean Amara, but basically, in order to make the plants less toxic, you ferment them.
Yeah.
So we have no requirement for plants, and they still may be getting people into trouble. So again, you're now in an omnivorous diet, not a carnivore diet. Carnivores eat animals only, herbivores eat plants only, and omnivores eat both. And human beings figured out that fermenting, soaking, cooking, and other processing of plants made them less toxic, but I don't believe they're non-toxic.
Okay, next question. John J. Connellan. I went eating fat and red meat and seemed to cure lifelong asthma since the start of this year. I am Monday to Friday eating the above. I am no longer life customer of medicines. Great.
That's awesome.
Which ultimately, why does eating a meat-only diet cure asthma?
It's crazy.
Because the cause of asthma is what?
Plants.
Eating plants.
Yes.
Eating plants and a low-fat diet.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
As of January this year, I'm a fan of fat and red meat. I'm glad. Happy about that one.
Raw milk, raw cheese, Dr. Nelson. Aaliya, what do you think of raw?
I seem to tolerate raw milk and raw cheese pretty good, but if you give me a gallon of raw milk, it'll be gone in like a day or two. So I try not to buy it often. What is that? I can't read it.
It says Miller Biofarms.
Oh.
They do A2 raw.
Oh.
For anyone who's interested.
But ultimately, milk is for babies from their mama's breast.
That's right.
And evolutionarily speaking, we consume it. It's kind of like we consume other plant products too. But are they ancestrally correct for us to be eating them? And the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Yeah.
do enjoy them because we fly airplanes, we ride horses, we drive cars. Are those dangerous?
Definitely.
Insanely dangerous.
So pick your look at this is not say, oh my God, don't ever have that.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
And I'm sure no one listening here does this, but if you insist on eating some plants, cook them well or ferment them. Maybe they have less of the well, not maybe for sure they have less of the toxins than raw.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't do raw vegetables. Yeah.
Raw plants will kill you. Raw meat will make you healthy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Raw meat, raw plants are deadly. Uh, let's see, carnivore. Yeah, are we supposed to eat plants?
No.
It's not supposed to. You can.
Mhm.
We did probably because they forced us to. They said you can't go to the hunting grounds and you must work in the fields and sow the seeds, reap the harvest, crush the grains, and drink beer and eat bread. We became the peasants, the slaves, the soldiers, and the prisoners.
Exactly. Nikki would like to know, would fat be the cause of her terrible heartburn since going carnivore?
Are you using any spices on your food?
That's a great question.
Pottinger's cats.
Because
I
most,
know a couple
I
people
mean,
who, if they drink like carbonated sparkling water, it'll give them heartburn, just like plain
yeah.
sparkling water.
So if you're using spices, stop that. If you don't drink fluids around your meal, that causes heartburn on some people because they have the tendency to have more reflux, and it might be the cause. I mean, we would need more information, but most people get actually reflux is one of the things that may go rather quickly away.
This is where protein so I had steak last night. Problem is, it was filet. There was very little fat in it, and the same thing on a burger, but most of the fat rendered off. But I save all the fat. I eat it, but it's still rendered, so it's not as good as raw. I did eat some raw meat too, so that's not my typical. But it's usually rare to raw ribeye steak with a lot of fat, and the suet and all that fat that's also exceptional for us. Good, and it also suppresses the microbes in the gut, which are responsible for GERD and heartburn.
Exactly. All right. Dr. Kiltz. Brandon, I've never eaten raw meat before. Is there a way to try it, like adding salt or something that'll make trying it for the first time easier, etc.?
So add a little salt. I do, but just cut a piece off and begin to chew it. Like anything else, things you start that you've never done often are hard. But then after you get experience with them, you realize, wow, this is masterful.
I would make like capriccio or something. Like I noticed it tastes better if you put lemon juice on it, but that's only if you do good with lemon juice. If it makes you sick, don't use it.
Yeah, some people put a little lemon or lime on it, or carpaccio, but I would say that just a little salt, fatty meat, cut it up, let it dry age a little bit. I do that for a few days to a week. Really good.
All right, next. Oh, were you gonna say something, Dr. Nelson?
More of the same. Just you can put some salt, put it in the fridge for a couple of days. What happens is that salt gets distributed through all the meat. So even if you cut a thick piece of steak, which when I cut my picanha, usually they're thick pieces, salt for a few days, and then if you eat it raw, You just slice it and eat it. Yeah, people, you have to try it. The first time, you don't know what it is. After you put it in your mouth, you'll know what it tastes like.
No other animal cooks its food.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only ones.
We are the only ones. I know you've answered this, but maybe she missed it. Linda McDaniel, are you working or going to school?
I'm working.
I'm doing some great work.
What are you doing?
I just work at a couple different horse barns, just like helping people.
Cool. So you're going to work every day.
Uh-huh.
You're learning and teaching people.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any favorite books or things you like to listen to or read?
Well, like health books, no, but I do read quite a lot, just like fantasy novels.
Do you have any favorite?
I don't know right now. It's probably Throne of Glass.
What's that?
Oh, it's a series called Throne of Glass.
What's it about?
An assassin who loves her country.
That sounds great.
But it's a hero's journey.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's all Joseph Campbell, hero's journey. I mean, that's what we're all on. We're on our unique, all of us are on a hero's journey. We're all heroes in life. And we're here to learn, create, change at every level of life. Right? Dr. Nelson is still figuring out what he wants to do in life.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
How do you spell that? What's the name? What is it?
Like Thorn?
No, what was the book again?
It's Throne of Glass.
Thorn?
Throne. Like
Throne?
Yeah.
A throne of glass?
Yeah.
Like throwing?
No, like a throne, like the
Hey,
chair.
okay, what you said.
The Throne of Glass series, a fantasy series written by Sarah Maas. 8 books. Oh, I'll have to read it.
It's really good.
An 18-year-old assassin in the kingdom of Adarian. Intricate world building, compelling characters, a mix of action, romance, and political intrigue. Oh, I love that. Oh, I got to get it.
It's very similar to like Game of Thrones, but it's more, YA.
Young adult.
Yeah.
For people that don't know YA, young adult. There you go.
I'm a young adult.
You are.
I'm a kid, actually.
You're only 10. I don't think you could read that book yet.
16 to 60s is like a flash of light. So the whole trick of life is never grow up.
Yeah.
I don't want to grow up.
My daughter has probably read some of those books.
Yeah, they're super popular.
Oh.
I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna read them.
Need a new book. Should we do the next one? The next question?
I think we shouldn't.
Okay, Chuck, sorry. We're ditching your question. Just comment that you might enjoy higher fat with protein. It might be good for your age. It's awesome to know you do this while so young.
Mm-hmm. I've been thinking about upping my fat percentage closer to 80 and seeing if that does anything for me.
Well, is fat better? Is raw fat better than raw lean meat?
Yeah. Probably.
Way better. The adipose tissue of the animal contains every mineral, vitamin, building block of your body. That's all you need, technically, is the white stuff.
Throne of Glass does not have dragons, but like it's very similar to like just the character dynamics. I don't want to give a lot away.
Oh, have we had Bart on the morning show?
Oh,
yes, we have.
Technically, it does have dragons.
Bart is here right now, yes.
Well, we got to get Bart on again.
We will get Bart on again.
He's an intelligent character. He's actually a fantasy series that is very intriguing. So I really recommend everyone to listen and watch Dr. Bart K, if you haven't already. He's inspiring, and we're learning so much from his science.
We got 5 minutes. Let's see. Let's see.
And I will be in Australia again in February, right?
Yep, February.
Maybe I'll make
Towards the
New
end.
Zealand this year. Next
You
year.
should. You should do a Meatup with Bart. Cam's dad, Dr. K, you get beef fat not cooked, black and blue?
Oh yeah, because when you basically cook the ribeye, I mean a bunch of it just I sear it on the outside, and then it's like uncooked on the inside, so the fat is raw, and quite often I'll just take the dry aged steak raw, slice it up, and I focus on the fat. Best thing to do, and as Dr. Nelson always says, salt it up, put it in the refrigerator for a few days, and usually it's gone in his house fast.
Never last more than 5 days, and that's because if I cut 8, 6 days, it's gonna take me that long to eat them. Although my son likes to have
Bevy,
some of that.
Bevy on Instagram, 20 Bevy Girl says, love Professor Bart K. Meat Savage is here. We got D-Rec 64, Midgie 56, Coach Birdie. So really great. People are stopping in. Even if it's just for a minute, it's all good. Next question. Let's finish them up.
Diana, I believe. Do fermented grass-fed meat sticks or ground beef cause histamine response?
I struggled a little bit with like histamine issues, but if you just don't eat super cooked meat, then you really don't have that problem.
Right.
It can be an issue. The fermentation, basically, the fermentation is basically the microbes sort of breaking down some of the tissue, and those microbes and the products that is made from this can be histamine releasing substances.
Okay. Chuck, dry age, just let it sit open in a fridge for 24 hours. 24 or more.
That's what I do. I put them in a tray, salt them, put them in the refrigerator. I don't have a dry aging refrigerator. I just put it in the regular refrigerator, open to the air.
So if I just make sure it's on a rack so the air circulates around the whole thing, and you can sometimes I stand it up. And some people actually put a fan in the refrigerator because dry aging refrigerators have a fan, and often they have a light for reducing. We got another minute or two.
Yeah, I figured I'd put it up there while people remember to do the hashtags.
Yeah, put up the hashtag. Next.
Next question. Sandra, since you graduated too young, did you do homeschooling?
Yeah, I did like an online homeschooling program.
Great. That works.
What's the most important thing to do in life?
Be happy.
Go to work. Think about it 50,000 years ago. If you didn't get up and hunt and gather, you're dead. Now we just laze around and watch TV, but you're doing the right thing is going to work every day. That's the most important part. I started working at probably age 8 or 9, actually 10.
It's a great age.
Yeah.
I started at 11. Chuck, anyone know of copper cookware?
I know a little bit about cookware because my father was a cookware salesman for many years. My preferred pan is actually a titanium stainless steel pan. I do have cast iron. It takes a little bit of maintenance to use them. They're great. Yes, they're great. But my favorite is stainless steel. Now, I don't know what the question specifically is because copper is used, and the one my father used to sell had copper inside because it's a very good conductor. I wouldn't like to cook the cooking surface be copper because you might absorb too much copper and that could be a problem. So copper in the layers of the pan is not a problem. Usually that helps with the conduction. And the outside looking like copper or having copper probably doesn't make much of a difference.
The best way I love to cook my steak is in a pan under the broiler, so that it gets the heat from the top and it collects the fat in the pan.
Yeah.
1 minute like that, right on the heat, turn it over, another minute, done. Slice it up, black and blue.
My oven doesn't get to 1,000 degrees, but my pan, a titanium stainless steel pan, it's supposed to resist up to 1,000 degrees.
Wow. Constipation on carnivore. What are your thoughts, Aaliya?
That's not really something I ever struggled with, like a constipation exactly. Now, like when I was doing line diet, I didn't really use the bathroom, but like, or at least, had a bowel movement for like once or twice a week, but it wasn't like constipation or where it was like uncomfortable. So,
More
I
raw
guess,
fat, more patience, because the poop will come out. Stop having
yeah.
to just let it be. It'll come out.
Yeah, that's how I feel. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm constipated." I'm like, "Is it painful?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "Then you're not constipated."
Smart
Raw
girl,
fat from my
dear.
butcher. Can I just eat them? Yes. Yes. Should we
Next
get the
one.
last two and we've done, and then we'll get to the
We just got one more.
no.
Is Dr. Kiltz, have you been to
No.
No. Okay. Never been to New Zealand. Next year, possibly. All right, here we go. We're going with the hashtag English for a chance to win a Kiltz Mighty Tribe cap, baseball cap. Broken Carnivore. Woohoo! Kelly,
Woo!
send me your address and phone number, and we will get that sent out to you very soon.
Aaliya at drkiltz.com.
Yeah, Aaliya at drkiltz.com.
Aaliya at drkiltz.com. Good.
For any and all questions in the universe of Kiltz Health.
So you can go to drkiltz.com or Kiltz Health and get the link for the carnivore coaching course today.
Yes.
Get it before noon. Get on it now. We'd love there. You get an hour, also get an hour coaching consult with Dr. Nelson as part of the course. And this is, we're really excited about it. I'm really excited about what Dr. Nelson and Aaliya are doing to help share this. And Aaliya English is a rock star. Where do people find you, Aaliya?
So on YouTube and Instagram, my handle is Aaliya _the _carnivore. So it's pretty simple.
Are you doing interviews?
I haven't done a lot, but I've done I've interviewed other people.
I want to interview you on our carnivore conversations, and I would love to be interviewed by you.
Okay. Yeah, we can make that happen.
Yeah, love it.
We'll do it. We'll do it. All right. Everyone, you're all awesome. Bye.
I'm going to Mitch. I'll see you and see others there, hopefully.